Welcome back to Lariat TV News. This week we'll show you what one group calls FaceTime with God and a sport that involves wizards and brooms. I'm Abby Ferguson.
And I'm Claire Goodyear. We'll get to those stories, but first we're bringing you the ways organizations all over campus broke out to serve and care for the Baylor community. As flu season ramps up, the university is looking to slow the spread, or at least lend a mitigating hand to anyone who wants one. The clinics are open to all students, faculty, and staff looking to get a free and convenient vaccine. All you need to bring is a Baylor ID. Check online to see the dates and locations around campus that work best for you.
I just got my free flu shot, and I think it's beneficial because it gives college students the opportunity to get vaccines that they need for free. It's really easy to get sick in college, and it just eliminates that stress with no cost.
Each clinic accepts walk-ins, but you can also schedule an appointment through the health portal on the Health Services website. Hunger is hard to recognize, and it runs deeper than you might think in the United States. That's why Jim and Tammy Snee have devoted their time and money to support food security. The Baylor Collaborative on Hunger and Poverty hosted a gathering to not only educate students on food security, but to invite them to take action on campus. If you want to learn more or donate, you can visit hungerandpoverty.web.baylor.edu.
We're just out spreading the word about why it's important to understand the incidence of food insecurity on campuses in the town where you live and how you can get involved and make it part of what you do no matter what field you're in.
You can't beat fresh and free. Baylor's annual farmers market was back on campus this week, bringing healthy options to any students who wanted them. Claire Goodyear brings you from farm to table.
Fountain Mall was fresh on Tuesday as Baylor hosted one of its long-awaited annual events.
We had this on our calendars, and we're going to the farmers market after class.
Free fresh produce was placed on tables under tents, and a line formed to take advantage of the market.
Students can come in, not have to worry about going to the grocery store and how much that's going to cost to get produce and stuff, and get fresh food in the middle of campus.
We got different kinds of nuts and some dry goods like rice and pasta, some fruit. Yeah, lots of fruit.
The farmers market is a community-wide event aimed to reach students all over campus.
The Central Texas Food Bank is a big part of just the surplus they have. They look for areas that have a need, and Baylor students are one of those that have that need. Just with international students, the students not being from home, this is hopefully can feel like home, just to be able to have this opportunity to have just a nice, home-cooked meal for themselves.
Not only does the farmers market benefit students, but also those serving the Baylor community.
I have helped volunteer and set it up for the past couple of years, and then this year I just came by to shop, get some fruit and stuff. It's so joyful to be able to set out all these things and know you're serving people that you will actually see on a daily basis.
The free food provided gives students the opportunity to pass the acts of service along to loved ones.
I think the big part with the holidays coming up, this is an opportunity where it's a time where it's not just maybe what they need themselves, but it's an opportunity to serve maybe their friends. Maybe they didn't have the budget to buy a full meal, not only for themselves but for their friends, and this gives that opportunity to build community.
The farmers market connects students, faculty, and the community, all through free and fresh produce. For Lariat TV News, I'm Claire Goodyear.
One program is pushing back against unhealthy college diets until December, and you might want to take advantage of it. The Peer Nutrition Advisement Program at the SLIC specializes in creating individual plans for any student. The program allows faculty, students, and staff to have 3 free face-to-face sessions focusing on needs such as basic nutrition education, shopping, eating well on a budget, appropriate caloric intake, and information regarding supplementation gut health.
The habits we start to form early in our adult life can shape our lifestyles down the road. And so what I would say to that is it's never too early to begin creating a great foundation for yourself.
For more details on the program, visit www.baylor.edu/fitness.
Baylor IJM hosted their annual campus thrift store Threads this past Wednesday. The event fundraises and advocates against modern-day slavery. Each year since 2019, the event has raised more money every year. And this year, Baylor IJM raised $5,197.
We actually depend heavily on Baylor students, and so we do lots of outside announcements in sororities and other on-campus organizations, and we ask Baylor students if they're willing to donate. Lots of times that happens around end of semester times when people are moving out and going to camp and just different places.
The on-campus thrift store has clothes from past Baylor students and Wacoans, and is a big part of why Baylor IJM can host this event. When we come back, we're bringing you one final sound of Halloween.
And she isn't a bear, but we'll show you one of Baylor's other live mascots.
Let there be light. Let there be roommates and teammates and strangers who become family. Let there be marching and cheering. Let there be challenging courses and time to share. Scholarship and championships. Let there be groundbreaking and soul-searching. Let there be laughter. Let there be joy. Let there be light.
In college, sometimes it feels like life is speeding by, but there's one group inviting them to slow down and face time with God. LTVN's Macy Krause adds you to the chat.
Starting and ending with worship and prayer, FaceTime with God started about 10 years ago as an opportunity for friends to come together, hang out, and talk about God. Now it counts as a weekly chapel credit, serving students a place to develop spiritually in a face-to-face way with God. It takes place at Elliston Chapel at 7 p.m. on Thursdays.
Yeah, every time I get to come down here and minister at FaceTime, it's excellent. Just to see the sweet spirit that is here and amongst the students, knowing that they're seeking to see God and actually get face-to-face with Him is excellent.
You can come, be yourself, relax. Whether you're sitting in the front row, super engaged, or you're all the way in the back, we welcome everyone as they are, and I think that's the beautiful thing about FaceTime.
Today's speakers Alton McCallum, former U.S. Army vet and counselor, and Dr. Lindy McCallum talked about their theme for the year, where students' gaze is.
The whole idea of gaze is that we're all together seeking God's face, and as a result of seeking His face, we're all being transformed into His image, which was His intention for us all along.
And indeed, taking their gaze off the anxieties of life and into transformation, chapel goers heard the message loud and clear. The worship ended with personal and whole group prayers for those who needed spiritual solace and blessings for their loved ones. Ending strong for Lariat TV News, I'm Macy Krause.
For some, after October 31st, it's time to let the Christmas music roll. But the Halloween organ concert had something to play about that. The School of Music hosted the special organ concert and invited people to dress up and enjoy some classic tunes. The event featured songs from Oppenheimer, How to Train Your Dragon, and Twilight.
I think it's really fun just to get to bring your arrangements to life on the instrument and play around with making fun sounds and practicing. It's just a lot of fun.
Many vocalists, organists, pianists, and percussionists featured their special Halloween arrangements for some final sounds of the spooky season. Fabled Bookshop holds a weekly story time for young children, all because of one woman who had a heart for child literacy. Hannah Joseph tells us the story.
Every Wednesday, Fabled Bookshop hosts a story time for kids, but it all started by one woman named Avery Shelburne, who took improving and encouraging child literacy into her own hands.
It was always a dream of ours to have a community story time for children and families to come together, get to know each other, and enjoy some beautiful stories together and share the power of literacy with children.
As a former teacher for 15 years, Avery Shelburne is more than aware about the importance of reading for children.
The amount that a child is read aloud to before the age of 5 is one of the most clear indicators of their success in school throughout their lifetime.
So she decided to start a program where she reads to kids once a week.
Probably with like 10 kiddos, and now we have up to 25 that come fairly regularly for story time. It's an incredibly powerful and important tool that we can use to engage children. Not only does it help with their vocabulary development, their early literacy skills, but also it builds a deep connection between the child and the caretaker.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Hannah Joseph.
Among over the 100 cats that call Baylor home, there's one feline who's stolen the hearts of students and faculty alike. LTVN's Katie Kemp introduces you to the Castellaw cat.
When you're walking around campus, you might notice another group of residents that are a little different from the rest, and they walk on 4 legs. Baylor is home to over 100 cats, according to cat caretakers. However, there's one feline that has captured the hearts of students and faculty alike, Shadow, otherwise known as the Castellaw cat.
Can't think of a better mascot for the building than her. She's probably the only cat on campus that will actually come up to people and want to be pet and allow people to pet her. So whenever I'm coming in, I always make it a point to come through this entrance to come and see her. Just real special to me because I don't have a cat of my own, so this is about the closest thing I got. It's just really nice having cats on campus, being able to stop and pet them and say hi. It just really kind of brightens my day.
With Shadow being one of Baylor's oldest residents, Professor John Cunningham has been taking care of Shadow ever since she came to Baylor, saying that she brightens up his day.
Originally it started about a little over 16 years ago, and I was walking into my office and Shadow was actually attacking a squirrel. I realized that she didn't have food to eat, so that was what started me feeding her. Years ago when I first started feeding her, it was a bowl of dry food, but over the years it's transitioned to a meal fit for a queen. So she's part of the Castellaw family. Everybody loves her. She's so friendly. She's the friendliest. Been here 16 years. She's been here longer than any of the students have been here. She's been here longer than most of the faculty and staff have. So she's kind of a Castellaw institution and a Baylor institution for that matter.
Shadow and many others like her are truly the unofficial mascots of Baylor. If you'd like to visit Shadow, you can see her lounging around the back of Castellaw Communication Center. For Lariat TV News, I'm Katie Kempf.
Baylor football is more desperate than ever for a win.
And one magical club is flying high. Football and Wizards next.
Deep in conference play, Baylor volleyball is fighting to the finish after a comeback victory over the Sooners Wednesday. LTVN's Claire Marie Scott serves you the story.
Wednesday night, Baylor volleyball played a toe-to-toe match versus Oklahoma before securing the win in the fifth set. Notable standout player is Elise McGee, who helped guide the Bears to win the first two sets.
Overall, really proud of her match, just probably not quite single-handedly, but almost. She knows it's a team game, but she's blocking well. But, hit 486, 21 kills. Really spectacular performance.
Oklahoma picked up their energy in sets 3 and 4, taking the sets 25-20 and 25-23.
Frustrating, but I think we did a really good job as a team, just remaining calm in that moment and hey, we know how to do this. We don't need to freak out. We know what we need to do. So it's frustrating, but we know how to work around it.
Baylor is ranked 21st in the nation, but Coach McGuire said that the team needs to stay hungry in order to avoid 5-set matches.
To them, the minute we give them a set, maybe they accomplish what they wanted to coming on the road. Hey, we're going to go take a set from a ranked team, because normally it's 3-0 like the first two sets. So now you give them a little energy in that. So for our mindfulness to stay hungry, it's got to, for sure, got to be a lot better.
Baylor displayed maturity in the last set, which is what Elise McGee credits with the win.
You obviously 5-setters, and it just goes back to maturity. And so going into the fifth set, we're okay, we need to start off strong. We need to be the first to 8, and from there, first to 10, first to 12. And so little increments, but knowing that we cannot mess around, and it needs to be first ball side out every single time.
This is the last time the teams will meet as Big 12 opponents before Oklahoma moves to the SEC. For Lariat TV News, I'm Claire Marie Scott.
Coming off their 5th home loss of the season in a brutal takedown from Iowa State on homecoming, Baylor football is looking to rebound against Houston. Conference realignment is reigniting old rivalries, as the last time the Bears and Cougars met was in 1995, when both teams were a member of the Southwest Conference. Both teams have a record of 3-5, and both desperately need to win to even have a chance at a bowl game. Baylor has won every game on the road, and every one of the Bears' losses have been in front of a home crowd, raising question on what discrepancies are happening between practice and the games.
Within the 3 hours or whatever the game's going on, the 4 quarters, I just feel like all the work we put in and everything we've done, it's not unleashing. And that's really what it needs to unleash, because it's all the work you put in, that's what you want to do, is go out there and display.
Kickoff is 2:30 at McLean Stadium. We'll see if the Bears can pull off a win at home before hitting the road for a tough 2-game stretch. Bears never back down, and now they can chalk up. Baylor's annual bouldering competition is back on November 10th at the Slick. Competitors will meet at the Rock and get to climbing with mixed format courses. Outdoor Adventures encourages climbers of all levels to join, even staff and alumni.
Chalk Up is on the 10th. We're so excited for everyone to come out. Anyone can come. You're just gonna come, have fun, climb. That's all it is.
Spots are limited, but you can sign up on the Outdoor Adventure website. At Baylor, you can work to be almost anything, even a wizard. Abby Ferguson shows you how one club makes fantasy reality.
Baylor has a little bit of Hogwarts magic, and it all happens on 8th Street. Baylor's club Quidditch team has taken the popular sport from the world of Harry Potter and brought it to life on campus. Quidditch is a high-contact sport, so it's fit for both Harry Potter fans and athletes alike.
Our team leans more to the fun side. We have a lot of people who have never played sports before. This is their first time. But we also have a lot of people who are athletic and have never read Harry Potter before and want to come for the physical element of it.
For many team members, the community is what keeps them playing.
Well, one, on the tour that I had went on for campus, they mentioned a Quidditch team, which at first I didn't believe. Then I saw the booth at late night and I was like, okay, well now I have to try it. Then all the people just made me stay. We're all very accepting of each other. We help each other with homework. It's just a great team to be on.
The team also travels and competes intercollegiately.
Our region, which is called the Southwest, which is mostly Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, is by far the most competitive region. So we play against the highest level competition all the time.
And that competition paid off. Last semester, Baylor Quidditch took home a win in their division at Nationals. Although Quidditch is based off of the original Harry Potter game, it has been adapted with new rules more fit for humans, not wizards.
I actually am the head of the rules team for U.S. Quad Ball, which is our national organization. So every year we publish a rule book that everyone across the nation all abide by.
They might not have real brooms and they might not be wizards, but the Quidditch team still knows how to bring the magic. For Lariat TV News, I'm Abby Ferguson.
We're committed to bringing you the best coverage of Baylor athletics, no magic required. As seasons wind down, new ones are starting up. Bears fans will be excited as both the top 20 men's and women's basketball teams are kicking off their seasons next week, and we'll be there for every step of the way. That does it for sports this week. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Hannon. And with that, we're signing off here at Lariat TV News. As always, if you want the best coverage of your campus, stick with us.
We'll always bring you the news you need to know in Baylor and in Waco. Until we see you again, have a great week, and as always, sic 'em Bears.